Hey, welcome back to Dad Life Chess. This is Joel. It's time for another training game here on chess.com. So let's see if we can get a game started. Played one game this afternoon. Thought I'd try to get a second game in here for the channel. See if we can get one going in the 10-minute pool here on chess.com. The game this afternoon was kind of a back and forth, a little bit even, and then kind of ended with a tactical mistake. It reminded me that we often say that with the amateurs, in an amateur's game, 90% of the time, the game is decided by some kind of tactic. So that game is not the exception. But all right, looks like my opponent has played e4, best by test, so to speak. Oh, now this is an interesting line. I don't mind this at all. Oftentimes they'll play here. And okay, so my opponent is going to play this. Basically what we get is kind of like a French defense with no longer a bad light squared bishop. So yeah, basically what we have right now is the French advance with the light squared bishop being developed outside of the pawn train. I used to actually play the French defense, and I kind of got tired of it because you're always having to deal with this light squared bishop. Now, this one, let's see here. Can I take here? Can I get check? Okay. Let's see what we're doing here. And let's castle. Probably gonna play something like a6, rook c8. Just going to take here. The reason is I feel like this right here, if I can get this push in, that might be the best choice. I would add this possibility. Okay, yeah, so my opponent says, let's contest this, but I feel like if I can get this in, I'm okay. Let's see what we have here. Probably gonna go there. I'll just simply go in here. Also have ideas of this. That is something I don't want to. That's definitely. This bishop might become kind of an issue. So I'm going to just kind of push here, kick back, and get this knight out of here. Let's go ahead and kick him out. I didn't want to play g6. Okay. Guess I kind of have to take there. Okay. I don't necessarily mind this. I think my opponent's gonna probably let's see here. See if we can get an exchange of queens. I'm down a pawn, but my bishop, let's see here, let's see what my opponent's going to do there. I'm on that. This might get a little dicey. I feel like, yeah, okay, so that's interesting. That kind of forces me to do really what I wanted to do. Goes back there. Okay. So let's see. Let's see here. I don't want to drop this. So, yeah, that's what I thought that. Let's see if my opponent wants to trade that. I don't think I need to, I have to kind of stay on this square here. Let's see here. Okay, how do we make progress? I want to keep his bishop kind of tethered to that square. I'd like to get my knight. Can I go here? Here and here? Hmm. Okay. It's definitely interesting. I have the possibility of getting something here. I feel like this might be a good way. He's got a lot of pressure on these squares here. So I take there. There's, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right. Okay. Can't I just go here? I'd love to get my knight here. Okay. Check here. Okay. I feel like I'm going to get stuff here. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Okay, my opponent says, what do you have? Not much, I suppose. Do I have a draw? I don't think so. I feel like my opponent is really getting me under the attack. Let's go back here. Oh, wow. That does not seem right. Did I? I think that's checkmate. Okay, wow. That not, whew, man, I'm getting pretty lucky in these games. That is something else. I really don't know what to say about that game other than the fact that wow. Yeah, I don't feel like I deserve that. So my opponent plays a smart way to get into this. Oftentimes they'll play a quick F4. I'll play knight C6. Once they move their knight out, I will then kind of pin their knight to their queen, and I seem to get a better position. But my opponent was kind of smart by playing this D3 move, kind of almost wasting a move, getting me to commit to bishop F5, then played for D4, played E6, H3, stopping any of these pins. Then I played Queen B6, which is kind of a standard idea in like the advanced French defense, but my opponent simply just is developing. The problem is trying to get these pieces out. So like I am wondering if I should have just takes, and then played here, kind of forcing the exchange of the dark squared bishop. So anyway, we went through here. Giving up this may have not been the best idea. Perhaps even here. I want to try to control c4. That was kind of my idea. So I took, play here, boom. My opponent goes there. This is where it got dicey. Obviously, I feel like I obviously lost a pawn. My opponent said no. I come in here. Yeah, and after I let my opponent really get into my position, I don't feel like I was doing very well. I did not see that at all. I totally missed that he could take that. I didn't want this at all. Takes and then check, and then that's just dicey. So he trades off one of the rooks, but he was able to get his other rook in here. And if you see this right here, maybe the best that he had was just a perpetual, but right here, I was wondering. No, I guess I was wondering if he could just push here. So he's gonna lose the queen, and checkmate's also a good way to finish the game. So. Okay, let's look at the analysis. I can almost guarantee it's going to be like, looks like a EKG back and forth game. So let's see what we. Oh my goodness! Look at this! Oh, look at this! Look at this analysis. Yeah, that's a solid game, wild game, and you came out on top. Wow, look at that! I missed a mate in 5 here, and then boom. My opponent. So there were some critical points. All right, let's see what we did wrong. I don't think we're going to be following the opening moves very long. But we'll see what we got here. So yeah, in this position, f4 is the most common. It doesn't score the best this opening for white, but so bishop f4. What's the other idea? e6. I guess I could play e6, but bishop f5. I mean, I like getting the bishop out of the pawn chain. It's kind of like basically a better version of a French defense. So here we're already out of the opening. Okay, let's look at the analysis. It gives Stockfish is going to give black the kind of a higher evaluation, I think mainly because white's kind of made some extra moves. So here h3 and queen b6 is recommended. The computer really doesn't like white's lack of development in this line. So knight f3, c takes is recommended, c takes, and then bishop e4. Oh, I guess the idea is literally just to take that, to get that piece off the board. That's the reason why. Totally missed that. Or queen takes. So the threat, I actually didn't see that. The threat is to play bishop e4. I'm sorry, bishop e4. Why can't they just play bishop e3? Oh, because of that, of course. Whoops. Takes here. Knight here. Then bishop here. Queen. Bishop a3. Wow. Knight b3. Bishop takes here. A takes. I would probably imagine here. Wow, this is a line that you're probably not going to get into this exactly. It's very much so kind of like computerized line, but very interesting. So this move right here was a mistake. Kind of allows my opponent to develop the way that they wanted to develop. And so knight e7, bishop e3, castles, bishop e2. A6. A6 is a mistake, kind of an inaccuracy. They say bishop a5, bishop e4, or rook fc8. So, okay, so this was just kind of a wasted move. And at this point, yeah, funny enough, queen c7 is recommended, but it's, Stockfish is giving it all zeros. If you've played chess for any length of time and used computers, you know that all zeros may mean a draw for our computer friends, but there's a lot of chess to be played in this position. So right here, they're recommending, interesting. I didn't even, I'm seeing this now. Just play knight a5. The idea is they can kind of advance your knight. So I'm not really worried about my opponent taking here because I can take back. So playing inaccuracies a little bit. Of course it wasn't like a horrible move, but b5 was not recommended. They were looking at h6, stopping that knight g5 move. That might have been better. So yeah, knight g5 would have been a better move. My opponent sees it now, but I'm able to play knight g6, which is the best. h4, queen c4. Okay, that kind of puts the question to the queen. The queen goes back. Then queen e2. Wait, queen e2. What is happening here? Oh, I missed that. That's interesting. That's a tough maneuver. Because like here, queen g4. Wow. Okay, well that's kind of a neat maneuver to see. I totally did not see that. The idea is, boom, here, trying to, let's say queen c2, then queen b3, queen d3, rook f c8, and then here is able to just take and gets off of this diagonal. So yeah, that's an interesting idea. So queen c4 was definitely my better choice. I played h6, which is definitely an inaccuracy. My opponent could have just even played knight takes e6, f takes, queen takes, and queen f7. My opponent would have dropped back to queen g4. And still in this position, my opponent's up a pawn, and it's definitely looking like they have the better. So I played h takes, g4. G4, it might have been a better move as well. Or queen e7. Basically guarding this pawn. I give it up, and my opponent gobbles that up at this stage of the game. This is where the colorfulness happens, that's for sure. This is where the colorfulness happens. And I think my opponent has a brilliant move. My opponent has a brilliant move and lost. Wow. Sorry, that's rough. I just see it down here. I see it down here. You can't see it in your screen, but I can see it in my screen. So let's see here. My opponent, knight b3. Oh, wow. Totally missed that. Totally missed that. And black's doing very well in that line. So definitely here, missed this. Tunnel vision. How much time did I have? I had 7 minutes and 15 seconds. 7 minutes and 15 seconds. Stop and ask yourself if you have seen a better move. Ah, killer. That bishop was causing me so many problems. Simply come in, boom, and I would have gladly taken my position. I'd have had control over the c file. Yeah, that would have been a huge game changer. But my opponent found the better move after I made the mistake. We kind of go back and forth here. Boom. My opponent, I guess it's better to See, that was a mistake. How is this? And then here, okay, yeah, just kind of block this in. Kind of needed to do that, actually. Really did. Letting that file open. This is a good learning point. This is a good learning point. The tactic, honestly, the tactic was very important as well, to see knight b3, not having tunnel vision, looking at what the pieces are. But this is actually very instructional. Here, like you don't normally want to take. Normally when they're pushing you, like, okay, I'll take back with the pawn. You take instead of my move g6, which allows him to take, and then he has all that pressure. The idea is take the pawn. Then after rook takes, the idea is play a5. The knight is guarding it. This rook can't get in this file, so yeah, that's definitely a better route to go. So I played g6. My opponent takes, and at this point, my opponent is getting a lot of pressure. And if you notice, the evaluation is not looking good. I played rook h5, bishop e3, bishop f6. I'm sorry, bishop f6. Knight d2. That's a blunder. Oof. What was my best move? Knight d2, and then now if he takes, obviously knight takes f1 because I'm on that piece. Yeah. Okay. Because then I'm on the queen and everything. So, and if he takes with the king, things are getting dicey in the back rank. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, so knight d2 was my best choice, and then that knight is definitely coming back in here. But this rook c7 was a big mistake. Rook takes, definitely the best move for those that maybe want to see it here. That is just ugly town. That is ugly town. So yeah, rook takes e6. Props to my opponent for seeing that. Very good move. I played here trying to get something. Takes, boom, got rid of that. Look at this evaluation. 5 plus 5, not doing so hot. Rook a1. Rook a1 is solid. Knight d2, trying to get something in. My opponent, e6 would have been interesting. I can't take this because of that. Oh my. Wow. And I can't, if I take this, that here, oh, that is just yucky. There's no way to stop that. Here, queen b8. Oh man, yeah, that my opponent did not see that. That would have been, this e6 move would have been just lights out. So gave me a little bit of hope here. Check, boom, check, boom, f3. Huge mistake. How did I miss this? How did I miss this? How did I miss that check? Wow. I totally missed the other check. And that was actually right here. F3 is mate in 6. Starting here. Oops, that was missed win. We go from, and then my opponent plays rook a8. Brilliant move. King f7, rook a7, king. e6 was the best move. Takes. Have to take. If I take this. Whoops. Sorry about that. Rook here. King here. Yeah, this is just getting. That's getting silly. So e6 was the best move. My opponent had a brilliant move. Unfortunately, we both really missed some things here in the last part of this. And then, ouch, this is rough. Because when my opponent played here, that wasn't even a pre-move, I don't think. Because I guess two 94 and then queen d2. Okay, so there's a few takeaways from this game. First of all, yes, there's luck in chess. You saw it here. Definitely got lucky in that game. Probably the biggest takeaway for me is the way to block up the A file when my opponent was bringing some pawns down. And obviously the tactical mistakes that I made. A huge oversight was this. How did I miss check? Here. Check. Here. Check. Here. Check. Here. And here. That would have been a sweet, very sweet mating attack. Unfortunately, I played the only bad move in the position. Made a bad move. And my opponent played the move that goes, well, that's why it's a brilliant move, rook a8. So, a few takeaways. Definitely got lucky in that game. Definitely didn't deserve it, but I'll take it. Chess is a competitive game. Sometimes all that matters is what happens at the end of the game. So that's one thing about chess I like. You can make some mistakes early on, and you can kind of be redeemed. So, yep. Well, unfortunately for my opponent, had a brilliant move, wasn't able to capitalize into the win, but I am thankful to get the win. All right, hopefully my next game I will not be cheating the chess playing out there by getting a cheap win, whether my opponent blunders or misses a checkmate. So maybe I'll get a more convincing win next time. Who knows? Hey, thanks for watching Dad Life Chess. You have a wonderful day, and until next time, we'll catch you later on Dad Life Chess. Bye.